Oh, getting out of this fucking leg.
You all right there?
Getting out of it is the worst thing. So yeah, new prime adductor. So the adductors themselves are very strong in the lengthened and very, very weak in the shortened position. So it doesn't really make much sense to try and overload the adductors in the short. If we want to use as much weight as we can as possible on this machine and really get to a standardized fail point for the adductors, it makes sense to use setting 5 or 3. So that's going to be either mid-lengthened or lengthened. So you'll notice that on adductors that don't have that adjustable setting, which is basically all other adductors in the world, it's very hard to get it short towards the end. You have to take partials to probably take the adductor to complete failure. Or you end up hurting your lower back trying to get a rep short. So you'll notice that if we load this correctly, we should hit a really good fail point. That's the benefit of this piece. 1, 2,
Yours. Nice. Yes. Come on, let's go. Up, up, up.
Whoa! One with you.
Let's go. Come on. Up. Yes, yes, yes.
Fuck. For myself today, I'm going to elect to do higher than low, just because I want to get established with the machine on the first set.
Yeah.
And then on the second, I'll load it a little heavier and really get after it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've also been playing about with that with hamstrings in general, just trying to do like a higher before a low, because I find that if you do the heavy first, you kind of carry that bit of momentum into the back offset to try and hit the numbers you want to hit.
Yeah.
Whereas if you sort of establish connection and get a really good set in first with the pod 15, your hamstrings are already full of blood going into the heavy set. You almost eccentrically load them more because you're already on them. So just maybe worth a shot, especially now that you're really strong at seating hamstrings.
Yeah, I mean, I'm stacking the one at the coach.
Exactly.
So
it's just an option to get like another chain of progression rather than just hammering away at top and back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes, come on. Yes. Yes, come on, come on. Yes. Come on. Drive.
Oh!
Come on then, let's go. Light as fuck, come on. Yes, good. Nice. Yes, come on. Come on, let's go. Come on, it's fucking on, let's go. Come on, come on. Let's go. Yes, come on, come on. Yes! Yours. Okay, come on, come on. Drive! Yours! Come on! Come on! set.
Fucking hell.
Just the
Where did that
tiniest,
come from?
tiniest, just
Fuck
but
me.
barely anything.
My best for that's 3 plus 1. The warm-ups didn't even feel that
Damn
amazing.
it, really.
Fuck. Wow. You would have seen me like just start smiling during the set because I knew it was going to be a set where I was going to smash the fucking logbook. Those are the fucking sets, man. Oh, that was great. That was great. Quite overwhelmed by that set, to be honest. It's very rare that I exceed my expectations because I actually set them unrealistically high. So when I exceed, it's almost makes me confused. It's like, what have I done differently? But I'll take that all day. So one of the biggest tips and advice I can give you in terms of getting the most out of your sets is a simple cue, and it's called stay in the set. And I first heard someone say this to me when I trained with Kevin Stutz, who's a classic IFBB pro, who, if you're not already following, you should. He shouted at me in his Austrian accent, stay in the set. And I later sort of understood what that really meant. What it really means is that nothing distracts you, nothing at all. So when I was in that set of the hack squat, nothing else matters. What's going on behind me? What's going on with my grip? What's going on with how the set actually feels? Nothing. All that matters is my head is on that set, that's it. I think this is specifically something that I work with a lot with clients, is you find their setup throughout the set changes. Their grip changes. Their heads looks this way, that way, all over the shop. You're wasting vital energy that's meant to be going into that work set. So one bit of advice, take it into your session today. When you lock in, especially for legs, nothing else matters. Set your position in the warm-ups, and then do not change a single thing. It should look robotic. Work on this, and you'll get way more out of your sets.
Nice. Good. Nice. Yes, come on. Let's go. Yes, come on. Come on. Drive! Yes, come on, come on. Let's go.
I've been asked a few times the question, what's better, good form or heavy weight? And the answer is both. It really is, it's as simple as that. You know, I think the notion of perfect form is maybe a little bit of a poor cue, especially for younger trainers, because they spend so long chasing perfection that they never experience load. And what they don't realize is that they're probably stronger than they think, and that they have good form and safe form with a good proportion heavier load. So my advice is get used to these movements that you've got in your program, and then test the limits. I always use with clients the analogy of a Formula 1 driver or a race car driver wouldn't push the limits on a brand new track. He wouldn't figure out where there's understeer or oversteer and push the car until he knew every corner, every bump. And then he'd push the limit real hard. And guess what? Even the best in the world crash, hit walls. Why? Because they're pushing the limits. So if you want to really find out what you're capable of, push the limit. Have a set where it looks a bit dodgy. You know, not to the point where you're risking injury, but to the point where you're actually pushing yourself. And then you can understand, right, dial it back a little bit and improve the form, improve the execution, go again. That's my advice for especially younger athletes that are coming up and really trying to get the most out of their training.